Okay, this is a review of the round 12 Collingwood versus West Coast Draft Stars matchup. There's a few changes to this version of the sheet, and I'll just run through them quickly now. I've got a left-hand panel here, which shows the top 10 projected scores from all positions and all teams. In this case, only two teams. Nick Dacos, being multiplayer, multi-position, is actually taking up 1 and 2, which is something I just need to fix to only count him once, but we'll work on that. I've got the ability here to cycle through the various positions where we sort by best value in that position. Okay, so that helps to order everything here. If we come along to the bottom, I'm displaying the venue and the opponent impacts. So what impact does a game at Optus Stadium have to general Draft Stars points, and what impact does the opponent have to the position of that player? So you can see here, West Coast affect forwards, give them 9.4% extra, whereas Collingwood reduce midfielders by 4% of the points. I've got all these filters running here, so standard stuff, salary, their value, so basically showing what I think their price should, or how much cheaper or more expensive their salary is than I think it should be. Got what I project their score to be, and then their position rank and position value. And this is an important addition. Also showing their last 6 games as well here with a bit of a heat map. The other thing I've done is I've added this projection adjustment, and this is really important. This is part of why there was a redesign. So we've already factored into this projection the fact that they're playing West Coast, but what it doesn't factor in is it raining? Is that guy in some kind of ridiculous form? Is there someone out that's not accounted for in the previous data, or someone back in that's going to adjust it? So we can manually increase or decrease these projections by a certain amount. And I'm going to use that now as an example. So we've got guys like Shannon Hearn, for example, projected at 82. There was an injury game here. The stats are going to be a bit skewed here. I'm just going to bump him up by 5 to 87. Elliot Yeo, we know that his data is affected by his season average. We've got him projected at 69. I think that's probably closer to 79. So we'll bump them up by 10. Who else? We've got Dom Sheed, milestone game. Going to get an extra 5 for that. Darcy Cameron, back from injury. Just going to give him another 5 because he should be ready to go now in both positions that he's there. Who else have we got here? Oscar Allen, Xavier Neal, Foley, Ginnivan. Again, this guy's been coming off the bench a lot, but I think that's probably factored in actually, so we'll leave that alone. Some of the defenders for West Coast, I just want to see if I can find them. Maybe I've already touched on them. Probably already got them covered. Because you have to remember that Genus is out, so some of these guys are going to benefit greatly from that. But let's get to the team now anyway. We might as well start at the defenders. So you can see there's a bit of a gap here in terms of the highest value. Before we do that, if we just look through the different sections, so in the forwards, we've got quite good value here off Amaya and Will Hoskin Elliott. In the defenders, it's pretty mild, nothing crazy. In the midfielders, you've got Pendlebury. Greg Clark is out. I need to work out a way to get him off this list, but he's not selectable. And again, Hoskin Elliott's there. And then in the rucks, there's really not much value at all. So what we might actually do is just start with where the highest value is, and just take Pendlebury first. If I actually just run a filter here on the midfield, just to have so we can see all the midfielders only. So you can see there he's number 1 position value rank, number 4 projection overall. Number 2 in this space is Greg Clark, who's out. I know how to get rid of that thing now actually. Hoskin Elliott number 3. However, might save him for later. Okay, Taylor Adams. He's cheap because of that 27. Let's pop him in there. And I also want to get Sheed in. And then we got a decision to make after that. We'll come back on it. It could be, I mean, we've got to get Hoskin Elliott in this team, actually. I think he plays as a forward, so let's put him in right now and hope he actually plays back as a defender. So we stick him in. Myercheck is the other clear pick there. Tracking at about 11,000. If we have a look at the rucks quickly. Not too many of them. Mason Cox, he's on a downward spiral. I think I'm going to actually take him down a little bit. I think Billy Frampton as well, he's not going to play any ruck at all. So let's take him down a little bit with Cameron back in. You can see he's just back in the team, but that was when he was rucking, I believe, because Cameron is not playing there, and neither is Cox. So yeah. So I mean, I think we're going to pick Darcy Cameron here. Leaves us with 11,000 average. Go back to the defenders and try and get a couple of them in. I'm worried we're going to run out of money here because Duggan is so expensive. John Noble. Love to know why Duggan is here. Sorry. Actually, he's not here. I don't know why Duggan is not in this list. I'll have to work that out, but that's okay. I think I can select him here still. Just confirm that he can actually play in that role. Defender only. Yep. I don't know where he... don't worry about it now. So I've got some kind of filter on. Oh, I've got a celery filter on. That's why. Sorry, that's another thing we can do. Now we've got Liam Duggan back. He's probably going to go big. Let's try and squeeze him in. Because they do have McGovern and Jones out, so that might help him. We're going to run out of money. Noble is the next clear one. Is there anyone? Let's get Foley in here just to try and save a bit of money, and leaves us with 11,000 for the final mid. I'm hoping that's enough to get Elliot Yeo. Always. Jack Crisp, Will Hoskin Elliott's already in the team. Greg Clark can't be picked. Taylor let's try and get him in and then work out what we need to do. So we need to shave 5,000 off somewhere. Might be done in the forward line. How is Ash Johnson tracking along? Getting better or worse? Worse. I will just check. Were you a sub that game? Let's just have a quick look. No, he just didn't touch the ball against the Kangaroos for some reason. He's a better player than that. And I think in this game, he might actually do okay. So let's get him in. Now we've got 1,500 remaining. So just looking if there's anyone else we might upgrade. Possibly Taylor Adams. He's on about better value. There's not much to go to. I think we're probably going to settle here. Unless we can upgrade Foliage. Quaynor. Elliot Yeo can be picked back there. That's interesting. I think we're going to settle on that team. Score of 700 isn't great though. This is a really, really tricky game. But good luck with your team. That's my projection, but I don't know if I like it.